What's up YouTube, it's your boy Nasher. Welcome back to the channel. Now before we get into this week's episode of WWE's Biggest Issue, guys, we are 8 subs away from 200. We are getting so close to the goal of 200 subs. I know we can do it, guys. 200 subs before the summer comes to a close. I know we can do it, guys. All we need is 8 people to subscribe to this channel, and we will have officially hit 200 subs. And the moment we do get to 200 subs, I'm going to open up this Korean Strike of Neos booster box in its entirety on the channel, on the hopes to potentially pull this guy right here, Elemental Hero Air Neos, the so-called forbidden Yu-Gi-Oh card. Is it really forbidden? I'll let you guys be the judge of that. Now if this channel gets to 500 subs, I will open up this Korean LOB booster box in its entirety on the channel that I got from my partners over at Collector Store, so be sure to check them out. Link and address will be in the description below. By checking them out, not only does it support them, it also supports the channel, and I would greatly appreciate it, on the hopes to potentially pull a Blue Eyes White Dragon, a Dark Magician, a Red Eyes Black Dragon, a piece of Exodia, Monster Reborn, Swords of Revealing Light. The possibilities are out there. However, if this channel gets to 1,000 subs, I am going to open up this first edition Toon Chaos box in its entirety on the channel, and that I also got from my partners at Collector Store, on the hopes of potentially pull my second ever Collector's Rare. Because it wouldn't be the first time that I pulled a Collector's Rare, because I actually pulled a different one not that long ago. I actually pulled this from my Genesis Impact box. A Collector's Rare B-Cop from the Underworld. It is absolutely beautiful. This thing, literally the camera does not do it justice at all. But when you look at it in person, it is absolutely beautiful. Looking at it, it has the potential to be a PSA 10, but only time will tell. So if you guys want to see those boxes get opened, maybe you guys want more episodes of WWE's Biggest Issue, maybe you guys want more episodes of Yu-Gi-Oh's Biggest Issue, deck profiles, card discussions, WWE topic videos, or maybe, just maybe, you guys want some premium live event predictions and results. Well, if you guys want all of that and more, my channel is the place to be. So if you guys have not done so already, and I know that a lot of you guys have not, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and follow me on all of my social media. My ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. Now for this week's episode of WWE's Biggest Issue, I'm gonna be doing a full in-depth review of SummerSlam. And for those who are new to the channel, the way I do this, the way it works is this. I talk about each match for a little bit, and then I give my rating on it from 1 star to 5, and then once we reach the main event, I do a rating of the whole card from 1 to 5, and I also talk about whether or not the match, whether or not a certain match could have ended differently. So let's get straight into it with the opening match being a one-on-one match between Ricochet and Logan Paul. This is interesting though, because when you look at when you look at a guy like Ricochet, there's a reason why he's called the one and only, why he's called the highlight of the night. It's because the bullshit that he can do in that ring is incredible, absolutely incredible. Logan Paul, on the other hand, yes, it's true that he's only been in WWE for a year, a full calendar year. He's been a part of WWE. The problem is that we still don't know much about him in the ring. Obviously, yes, we got to understand him. You know, when he battled, you know, guys like The Miz and Roman Reigns and Seth freaking Rollins, this was not the match that Logan Paul needed to win. This was actually a match that Ricochet needed to win, but unfortunately, But unfortunately, one of Logan Paul's goons handed Logan Paul a pair of brass knucks. Bam! Right onto the face. And Logan Paul picked up the victory. Obviously, Ricochet's fiancée, Raw ring announcer Samantha Irvin, did not want to announce Logan Paul as the winner, but she had no choice. She was furious. She was upset. She had a lot of mixed emotions. I'm gonna be honest. This was. I wouldn't say this was the worst match of the card, but I wouldn't say it was the best. So I'm gonna give this match 2.5 stars. Could this match have ended differently? Yes, I think in my honest opinion, I think had that goon not have gave Logan Paul the brass knucks, I think Ricochet would have had it, and I think it would have ended with Ricochet hitting Logan Paul with the recoil, which would allow Ricochet to hit Logan Paul with the 630 or a 450, depending on which move he wanted the most, and that probably would have gave him the victory. But obviously that's not the case. Shoutouts to Briss for the pink lemonade. Not sponsored, but awesome drink. Don't at me in the comments. Anyway, next up we've got the first of 4 main events. This one was a match based on respect. The American Nightmare versus the Beast. Cody Rhodes versus Brock Lesnar. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. This is a match that dates all the way back to the Raw after WrestleMania. And why Lesnar targeted Rhodes, no one knows. Even now. Excuse me. Even now, no one knows why Brock Lesnar targeted Cody Rhodes. But this was the first half of the match. It was all Brock Lesnar. German suplex, belly-to-belly suplex, regular suplex. And Brock Lesnar just kept pushing Rhodes out of the ring countless times, telling Cody Rhodes, it's only going to get worse from here. And Brock Lesnar even also resorted to using a Kimura lock on Cody Rhodes, and Rhodes did the exact same thing. But the closing moments of the match, as I had talked about on Saturday, it took Cody Rhodes not 1, not 2, but 3 crossroads and pushing Brock Lesnar chest first onto the exposed top turnbuckle to pick up the victory. Obviously, this was a match that Brock Lesnar did not need to win, but this was a match that Cody Rhodes needed to win because by defeating Brock Lesnar, he would be able to put himself back in the picture of Roman Reigns and the undisputed Universal title. This match was incredible, absolutely incredible. This is an easy 4 stars. Could this match have ended differently? Honestly, it's hard. It's hard to say. I think if Brock Lesnar held the Kimura lock for long enough, I think Cody Rhodes would have had his arm broken, and he would have had to tap out. He would have had to tap out easily. But I don't think it would have ended any other way because of the fact that both men stood up after the match. They both stood up, arms damn near broken, and we saw what I believe was a face turn for Brock Lesnar, because you guys know that when Brock came back to WWE in 2021, on the night of SummerSlam, when it was in Allegiant Stadium in Vegas, Brock Lesnar came back as the big babyface of WWE. You know, and then obviously when Lesnar turned on Rhodes, he became a heel once again, which again, for those who don't know, for the most part, Brock Lesnar has always been a heel for the most part of his career in WWE, and everyone knows that. So for Brock Lesnar to show Cody Rhodes respect with a handshake, and for Brock Lesnar to raise Cody's arm, that right there was the ultimate sign of respect and a face turn for Brock Lesnar. As far as what's next for Brock Lesnar, no one knows. No one knows what will be next for the Beast, but there's been a lot of rumors going around saying that his last match in WWE will come in the year 2025, so 2 years from now, at WrestleMania in his hometown of Minneapolis, which means we might see Brock Lesnar get inducted into the Hall of Fame at that time. Honestly, I think that right there would be a great idea. The perfect way to cap off a 24-year career for Brock Lesnar. 24 years that he's been in the wrestling business. I think that right there would be the perfect way to cap off a career. Is that right there? I think that would be just perfect. Again, this match, 4 stars easy. Next up, we've got the SummerSlam Slim Jim Battle Royal, and this was a bit of a weird one, because think of the talent that was in that Battle Royal. You had guys like LA Knight, guys like Santos Escobar, guys like Giovanni Vinci and Ludwig Kaiser, guys like Austin Theory, the United States Champion. Excuse me. Guys like Karrion Kross, guys like Shinsuke Nakamura, AJ Styles, Tommaso Ciampa, Bronson Reed. All 3 members of the Brawling Brutes. You even also had as well Apollo Crews, The Miz. You had Omos. You had a mass of humanity. Rick Boogs. There was a lot of talent in that match. This was so hard to predict. But at the end of it all, after elimination after elimination, with just 3 men remaining, Sheamus, AJ Styles, and LA Knight, Karrion Kross eliminated AJ Styles, even though he himself was already eliminated, which came down to 1-on-1. Sheamus and LA Knight. Sheamus, just when you thought Sheamus had the match in the bag, LA Knight was able to throw Sheamus out of the ring to win the SummerSlam Battle Royal, which now the question becomes, what's next for LA Knight? Honestly, there's no telling. We don't know. We don't know what could be next for LA Knight. There are so many possibilities. Could this match have ended differently? That right there is the big question. Honestly, I don't think so. I think when you look at the talent that was in that match, there was no way that match could have ended differently. Maybe Sheamus might have won, could have won perhaps, but who knows? Honestly, this was a weird battle royal in my honest opinion, so I'm giving this one 3 stars. Next up, whoa. Sorry guys, camera moved. Anyway, next up we've got Shayna Baszler versus Ronda Rousey, MMA rules. Tap out, knockout, pass out. That's it. Those are the only 3 ways you can win. This was an okay match. This was pretty much pretty much back and forth. This was basically everything that you would expect from an MMA fight. You know, punches, kicks, forearms. You know, it was basically everything that you would have expected. I'm not really gonna go into details on what happened because I don't think this is worth it. But closing moments, Shayna Baszler made Ronda Rousey pass out to the Kirifuda clutch. Even though her arm was about to be broken, she bit on her glove to ensure that Ronda Rousey actually passed out. This was a pretty good match because of the fact that even though Ronda Rousey has had a few matches at SummerSlam, this was basically Shayna Baszler's coming out party, if you will. This was the way for Shayna Baszler to tell the entire WWE universe that hey, guess what? I'm here. I'm ready to kick some ass, and this was basically it. So I'm giving this one 3 stars. There's no way this match could have ended differently, especially the fact that this was Ronda's last match in WWE for the time being. There's been rumors that she'll be taking time off away from WWE, and that I guess maybe she wants to have another kid. There's been rumors about that. I don't know, but if I do find if there's any news to talk about, I will talk about it on the channel. So make sure you guys get ready for that, just in case. But next up, we've got Gunther and Drew McIntyre for the Intercontinental title. Again, everything you would expect. The clear case of as Big E would say, big meaty men slapping meat. Yes, it's a Big E joke, I get it, but this was basically that. This was basically that. Big meaty men slapping meat. You had 2 tall, big ass dudes chopping the hell out of each other and literally beating the hell out of each other, all to become Intercontinental Champion. And just when you thought McIntyre had the match in the bag with countless claymores, Gunther still kicked out. But closing moments, McIntyre got straddled on the top rope, if you know, you know, which allowed Gunther to hit a splash onto McIntyre, a massive lariat, and then a power bomb to pick up the victory. Could this match have ended differently? Absolutely. I think if McIntyre hadn't have been straddled, if he hadn't have gotten straddled on the top rope, I think McIntyre definitely would have won, and it would have been his first title accomplishment in front of the WWE universe since his Royal Rumble match victory. I think that's just how it is. But this is an easy 5 stars. Any match that involves Gunther and the Intercontinental title, you know damn well it's either gonna be a 4-star match or a 5-star match. This one, in my opinion, was a 5-star match. Next up, Seth freaking Rollins, Finn Balor for the World Heavyweight title. Honestly, this is basically, again, as I talked about in my prediction video last week, this was a match 7 years in the making. Seth Rollins played mind games by bringing out the vest that he wore to their first encounter back in 2016, and this was pretty much back and forth. Another one of those back and forth matches. The way it ended, though, I'm a bit disappointed in, because this was a match that Finn Balor needed to win, and he needed to do it on his own. He needed to prove that he can do it without the Judgment Day, but the Judgment Day still showed up, and they basically handed Seth Rollins the World Heavyweight title victory. Could this match have ended differently? I think if the judge, I think honestly, even if the Judgment Day didn't get involved, I think Balor still would have lost. In my opinion, I think Finn Balor still would have lost, and it would not have mattered. It would not have mattered. But that was basically Balor's last opportunity at the World Heavyweight title. I don't think we're ever gonna see him get a shot. Excuse me, get a shot again. But because of the fact that Damian Priest cost Balor the match, I think it's time for Damian Priest to become a babyface, because the amount of matches that Priest has gotten involved in that involved Finn Balor, I think it's a sign that WWE is going to go down a direction where the Judgment Day splits apart completely, and it gets to a point where Balor goes his own way, Priest goes his own way, and Dom and Rhea basically just do their own thing together. And I think that pretty much sums it up right there. So I really don't think this match could have ended differently, in my personal opinion. So I'll be optimistic. I'll give this match 3 stars. I'll give this match 3 stars. Again, don't think it would have ended any other way. But next up, we got the triple threat match for the WWE Women's title between Asuka, Charlotte Flair, and Bianca Belair. It was basically a battle of wrestling's past versus wrestling's present versus wrestling's future. And what I mean by that is the past being Charlotte, the present being Asuka, the future being Bianca Belair. This was basically the clear case of then, now, forever, together, as WWE says in there and on the opening scene to all of their shows. Honestly, this was probably one of the greatest women's matches I had seen in quite a while. Because the last time Charlotte Flair was in a triple threat match, it featured Ronda Rousey and Becky Lynch, to which Becky had won that match, and it was at WrestleMania, and it was in the main event, which, again, I never thought we would ever see that. Never. And this one was basically it. Back and forth, absolute pure carnage, pure chaos. Bianca had hurt her knee, and it was right at the last several minutes that made all the difference. Just when Charlotte Flair had Asuka in the figure 8, Bianca Belair was like, "Hell no, I am not going down like this," because she was being escorted out of the match by the WWE medical team, and Bianca Belair, with one bad knee, hit a 450, pinned Charlotte. Charlotte kicked out. Charlotte kicked out. Charlotte had Bianca in the figure 8. Asuka hit Charlotte with the blue mist, which allowed Bianca to crucifix Asuka into a pin. 1, 2, 3. Bianca Belair is now the women's champion. But with how bad her knee was, Io Sky came out, cashes in Money in the Bank, hits Bianca with the move she calls Over the Moonsault, and is now the women's champion. Could the match have ended differently? No. There was no shot there was going to be a different outcome. I think even if Asuka retained the title, or even if Charlotte Flair became a 15-time champion, Damage Control was still going to show up attack all 3 women, in which case Io Sky would cash in and become women's champion. There was no shot that there would be a different outcome. So this one, 4 stars easy. This was incredible. Absolutely incredible. There was going to be no other outcome. But now we move into the last match of the card, the main event. And I'm going to be honest, I'm still like questioning the tactics of how it all went down. Because for those who don't know, tribal combat is basically the Samoans' ritual for one person to become the tribal chief of the family. And this match was basically that. Tribal combat, Jey Uso, Roman Reigns for the undisputed Universal title, and for the Ula Fala, which is the lei that Roman has worn to all of his big matches, including War Games, including this past year's WrestleMania, and even also the Royal Rumble from this past January, which again was where the split of the bloodline basically started. Here's the thing. The first half of the match, it was all Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns just made it a traditional wrestling match, and then once Jey Uso started to get a little bit of momentum, that's where things got interesting. Jey Uso brings in steel chairs, kendo sticks, tables, a strap. He brings everything to the table, no pun intended. But the closing moments is where it all but the moment Solo got involved, that's where it all begins. Solo gets involved. Both him and Reigns were about to hit Jey with a Samoan Spike spear combination. Jey pulls Solo into the spear. This was back and forth. Jey had gotten so many near falls. But the last moments of the match is where everybody gets disgusted. Everybody's like, what the fuck? As Jey Uso hit Reigns with the Uso Splash, and he was about to win, Jimmy Uso, yes, you heard me right, Jimmy Uso pulls Jey from out of the ring, reveals himself, hits him with a super kick, throws him back into the ring, and walks off. That allowed Reigns to hit Jey with the spear, and he is now, once again, he is still the undisputed Universal Champion, and still the Tribal Chief. Could this match have ended differently? I think if Jimmy Uso hadn't have gotten involved, and I think if Solo hadn't have gotten involved, I think Jey probably could have won, but at the same time, you also had Damian Priest with the Money in the Bank briefcase, so I don't think it would have ended any other way. But again, I don't think so. I think Reigns still would have won no matter what, in my honest opinion. But overall, the card. Anyway, the match itself, I'm gonna give it 4 stars, which gives me the rating of the whole card 4 stars, easy. Probably one of the best SummerSlams we've had in a while, in my honest opinion. But guys, that will do it. That brings me to the question of the day. What was your favorite match from SummerSlam? Let me know down in the comments below. And that will do it for this week's episode of WWE's Biggest Issue. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button. If you guys are new to the channel and you guys want more episodes of WWE's Biggest Issue, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and follow me on all of my social media. My ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.